Hello everybody, I'm Harry Potter. You might know me as the greatest wizard who ever lived, but I'm also an extraordinary rapper. So here I go. It's a little thing I came up with. Have you ever felt like you were trapped in a devil's snare with no sunlight? That's how I felt when I was living under my stairs. I guess sometimes life isn't fair. But that all changed when I became the chosen one. I was no longer choked up over the death of my parents. I became famous. I had blown up. Like Seamus. My name was showing up. Front page of the Daily Prophet. Went to the Gringotts Bank to fill my pockets with change to take the lot for the trolley for me and Ron. Bought every chocolate frog and polyjuice box. Even though everything from the trolley's free for me. Everybody want to please me. Dobby wants to clean for me. I get endless hugs from Molly Weasley and pictures taken by Colin Creevy. I was given a boarding pass for the Hogwarts Express, got on the 9 3/4 platform, got on the train and left for Hogwarts at last. I got to Hogwarts and I sat, waiting for the Sorting Hat to put me in Gryffindor. What are you trying to put me in Slytherin for? The men are all twats and the women are whores. So the Sorting Hat put me in Gryffindor, and that was 7 years ago. I've killed Voldemort and I'm still everybody's hero, no longer trapped in that devil's snare. I came out of that devil's snare like a daredevil. Unlike Neville, I was never scared and never careful. I'll wrestle a bear or a werewolf. Come at me, Professor Lupin, I'll have your hair pulled. Cause if you dance with this devil, then you'll fall. I'll take all you haters straight to the Yule Ball. I don't need to hear your whining and negativity. I'm not responsible for the death of Cedric Diggory. Spare me your pompous bigotry. Quit stomping on your pillow like a whomping willow tree. All these haters say I've lost my marbles. I'm hearing nargles, talking in parcel tongue. They say I've gone loony Lovegood, but I tell them I'm just misunderstood. They say I've lost my mind like nearly headless Nick, but I'm really seeing as clear as I ever did. Greatest wizard who ever lived. Don't need an oculus repairer or a lens check. The world is my mirror of error said. I get whatever I want. Could you imagine if I had held on to the Elder Wand? It felt wrong, but I felt a bond. I wanted to ditch the wand I had from Ollivanders, forget my proper manners and take a trip to Malfoy Manor and make them eat slag for all their slander. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth, Malfoy? You need an Altoid, because if you go on any further, I'll have you murdered. Avada Kedavra, I'll do it 1,000,000 times with my time turner. You remind me of Timmy Turner. You're nothing without your fairly old parents. You always run to your father whenever you're scared or embarrassed. What you gonna do when I turn you and your parents into ferrets to Ferroverto? Turn you into water goblets so I can fill them up with water and then turn the water into rum. Maybe Captain Morgan on 151 and add a little liquid luck and get wicked drunk. Make me smooth with the ladies like I'm Victor Crumb. Then all the witches will come and stalk me and my friends in the pub. They'll follow behind us like they're following spiders. And if I take off my shirt, you know the girls will moan like Myrtle. And I'm not gonna swallow my pride, that's like swallowing fire. But I will fill my cups with Fireball whiskey. That'll turn those water goblets into goblets of fire. It'll make my parcel mouth super numb. I have Barty Crouch Jr. tongue. I'll get stupefied and obliviated. When I'm done, I'll raid Snape's closet for potions, since he forgets to close it. I saw his collection of potions, and I'm a klepto, so I stole them. But I didn't expecto Patronum. Patron is my Patronus charm, and when I go on one of my benders, no amount of fun can get sucked out of me from any Dementors. A few Patron shots and a beer is the equivalent of Fox's tears, because it has healing powers. Patron is my happiness potion, so when I stumble into Gryffindor Tower and say Caput Draconis, that fat chick better open the passage to go in. And not report me to Albus Dumbledore, because I had a little too much alcohol. I could easily seduce her, but she's far from my type. I much prefer Ginny's figure. I'm sorry, fat lady, but to be honest, you're pretty big. You're so big, you make Crab and Goyle look like skinny twigs. You make Fluffy look like a guinea pig. You're so enormous, the only way you can get around is flu powder. And your singing is insufferable. I've never heard anything fouler. And it doesn't get better when you sing louder. I should have my owl send you a howler to teach you a lesson. I'll let you sing only if you do it in the shower. Cause you need one. But what's the point? You can barely lift your arms to clean your smelly armpits. And you can never lift a wand for me to disarm with Expelliarmus. And your arms are too heavy to hold up with Wingardium Leviosa. You're so fat, Voldemort can fit all 7 Horcruxes in your ass. And no sorcerer or warlock's gonna be your daddy Warbucks. Once you lose this job you have. Cause it's absolutely useless to guard locked doors in Hogwarts when it's easy to open doors up with a Alohomora. It's really not a hassle. I would know because I've been through every door on every floor. Because my Morador's map will let me explore all the corridors of Hogwarts Castle. I'm a bit of an explorer, but don't call me Dora. And if you can transform like Nymphadora can, and can take the form of a rat or a small bug, I'll just squash you flat. Because on the map your name won't vanish. You'll be at a disadvantage and I'll have my mischief managed. I solemnly swear I am up to no good. And if you could, just don't tell Wood if I lose track of time and happen to miss a practice. But if you do tell me, I'll just have to use the map to find you, little rats. Unless you're hiding in the room of requirement of the Chamber of Secrets, I'll get on my broom and fly like a phoenix till I catch you snitches like it's a Quidditch match. And I'll never go into retirement. I'm the world's greatest seeker. I'll make a fair beater. I'll smack a bunch of bludgers at the bums of all you buggers. So every time you take a dump, you'll need to call the plumber. I won't need a Hogsmeadeville slugger to hit the bludgers. I'll just use my broom. I actually work wonders with the broom. But I'm not a sweeper. I'm not creature. But I'd make a fair Gryffindor housekeeper. I'll put the team on my back like innkeeper Tom and let nobody score on me. So step aside, Ron. Your hands are all sweaty and I've got hands of glory. To grip my stick to control my balance. Your hands get swollen from a callus. You're like a hippogriff with no talents. I'm like a dragon on my fireball. You're all still rapping Nimbus 2000s. You can call me a hypocrite because I used to use that stick, but my argument's still valid. You Slytherin nitwits got no talent. and I'm straight Olympics. For me, the sky's the limit, and you're all Phileas Flitwicks and grip hooks. Take a quick look. Compared to me, you little midgets, small enough to swish and flick and toss like a dragon egg salad. I don't care if you're offended. I'm always gonna talk shit and spit cold malice that'll hit you like a Petrificus totalis. Leave you speechless and frozen so you're no challenge. From my poems and ballads to rap albums sold, I got skills like Edgar Allan Poe, the darkest lord with the darkest thoughts, the Voldemort of Baltimore, with words like Ravenclaws that get under your skin and stay in your pores. It's like venom from my parcel tongue. The shit I spray is raw. Should be illegal for me to talk. But either way, I'm one to break the law. I like to cheat in all my courses. Unless it's Professor McGonagall's, she always catches me, it's phenomenal. But if it's a course like herbology and there's a research project for me, and I need sources for a bibliography, but it has to be sources from the library, so I'll just copy off Hermione. Or just make her do the project entirely. I'm the chosen one, why should I read? Reading's for nerds. I'd like to take every book in the library and destroy them all like Tom Riddle's diary. I don't care if they expel me, screw the Ministry of Magic. Come and get me with your military tactics. You're all really bad strategists. I think I can handle you if I can handle a basilisk. I can handle anyone, especially all you Death Eaters. They try and come into Hogwarts, this is my castle, bitch. You think you're so sneaky when you disappear from a battle with your mysterious black smoke, like a vanishing cabinet, when I'm much more sly with my invisibility cloak, where I can kill all you blokes and escape like Sirius Black. Your tricks are seriously whack. Silly rabbits, magic tricks are for kids. Actual spells with the flick of the wrist are for a stellar wizard or witch. Not you, Bellatrix, you're a psycho skeleton. You're the definition of a Death Eater. Your teeth are a mess and your breath reeks. You resemble a meth tweaker, cause your hair's messy too. Hey, and what are you laughing at, Peter Pettigrew? Your hair looks like somebody puked spaghetti and glued it to your head, it's so messy. You've got hair everywhere, you're like a yeti. You should have been called Harry. The ministry needs to get you a court mandate for you to manscape before I grasp your hair like a mandrake and throw you into the Black Lake. Or maybe I'll accio some pistachios and make a trail leading to a trap to trap you little wormtail easily. And give you back to the Weasleys as scabbers. Now that would please me. Hey, what are you laughing at, George? Or is that Fred? Because I forget which one of you is dead. Why did only one of you have to live? You should have both died instead. Because neither of you are funny. Hey, what are you laughing at, Dudley? You and the Dursleys are nothing but dirty scum. I bet you'll still be living with your dad and mum in your 30s. And they'll still be at your beck and call whenever you're hungry or thirsty. You're gonna become so ugly and shubbly, just like Vernon. I should be turning you and your parents into ferrets and feed you to Buckbeak. Hey, what are you laughing at, Neville? You're no longer pudgy, but you're just as ugly. Plus you got buck teeth. Forget Bellatrix, your teeth are just as bad, if not worse. Along with your buck teeth, you've got a massive gap. Not even Hagrid's dick could fill that gap. And you're as frightening as Filch's cat, Mrs. Norris. And what are you laughing at, Dolores Umbridge? You don't scare me, but quite frankly, you're a dumb bitch. I'd like to take it back to the Dark Forest to be punished with some more punches from the centaurs right in your stomach. And I must not tell lies, Dolores. Your perfume smells gross and pungent. When people smell the aroma from it, they'll think there's a troll in the dungeon. Hey, what are you laughing at, Voldemort? You can't smell anything. Voldemort, your nose is a freaking outlet. It's also an outlet for jokes. I'll start. Hey, Voldemort, nice nose. Can I charge my phone in it? I'm sorry, Voldemort. I don't mean to rub your nose in it, but when you're gonna wake up and smell the rosebuds and realise that I'm the chosen one. I destroyed your last nose when your face was hiding behind a turban on the back of Quirrell's head. Now that was disturbing. If you ever pull that again, I won't kill you, I'll say you're Taliban. I'll tell the ministry you're a terrorist from Afghanistan, and then you can rot in Azkaban. You'll spend the rest of your life regretting killing my mother and father that night and scarring me for life. Silly Voldemort, that wasn't right. You awakened a scary monster and his name is Harry Potter. Harry bloody motherfucking Potter, stupefy! Duh! How was that rap? Delightful.